Support for Radio Friends comes from La Brunerie Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact La Brunerie Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Learn more at labrunerie.com or by calling 573-449-5313. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, November the 6th. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. I am surrounded by two doctors today, a doctor of philosophy of the arts and a medical doctor on one side. Let's start with Dr. CHERYL Black from MU Theater. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
You are directing a production that opens in a couple of days. It's called what?
Father Comes Home from the Wars, parts 1, 2, and 3.
Parts 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's it about?
Well, it's a Pulitzer-nominated play by a Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright. The story is a young man who goes to war with his master. He is a slave during the Civil War era in America, and he goes to war in exchange for a promise of freedom.
Okay.
And it's a very moving story. It's also very, very funny in parts, and it's filled with music. There is also, our story is partially told by a guitarist, a blues guitarist, who is playing and singing original songs composed by Suzan-Lori Parks. So it's quite an unusual piece.
Yeah. But the parts 1, 2, and 3, is it divided in 3 acts?
It is. It is.
So it starts with him going to war.
Yes, the decision, do I go or do I stay?
And how does it end?
Well, he returns. Father comes home.
Does it
from the
end
wars.
on a high note, on a bright note?
It ends with the Emancipation Proclamation.
Okay.
He comes home with that in his pocket, and he comes home with a new name.
Okay.
He takes the name Ulysses.
All right.
And there's a double meaning in that.
So it is. It's a very worthwhile play to see.
It is.
It's a musical.
Terrific. It has a lot of music in it.
It'll make you think.
It will make you think. It will make you laugh, may make you cry along the way.
So it's opening on November the 8th.
That's right.
And it runs when?
Through November 12th. It's the 8th through the 11th at 7:30 p.m. and on the 12th, 2 p.m.
Where?
At the Reinsberger Theater on the Mizzou campus in the Fine Arts Building, Hitton University.
And for ticket information, you can go to the website or you can call
882-PLAY.
You got it. All right. Dr. CHERYL Black, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Break a leg with the production
Thank you
that
so
opens
much.
in a couple of days.
Come and see us.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, the other doctor that I was telling you about is sitting here on my left. I hope I pronounce your name right now, Doctor. Dr. Jussuf Kaifi. Kaifi, right?
Right.
Close
Perfect.
enough? Is that close enough?
No, it's perfect.
Oh, good. Okay. And you were with us from MU Healthcare, Ellis Fischel Cancer Center. November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month, correct? And this is what you wanted to deal with today. And when you came in, I said, are we seeing more or less cases of lung cancer? And your answer was?
Overall, fortunately, the trend is going down with lung cancer. Me as a surgeon, I see more lung cancers because we have lung cancer screening now.
Yeah.
And that means we are detecting early stage lung cancers, which we didn't used to.
Do you think it's going down mainly because less people are smoking than they had in the past?
Yeah, that's the primary reason, that smoking rate is trending down. And this is good. Overall, lung cancer is a big problem. So it's by far the number one cause of death in this country, 160,000 per year.
Lung cancer is the number one cause of death?
Of cancer-related deaths.
Of cancer-related death. Okay. So what is the main cause of lung cancer? Is it the smoking or the secondhand smoke, or is it hereditary?
It's primarily the smoking, by far. So 80% of all lung cancers are caused by smoking.
What about our environment, air pollution? Is that a cause of lung cancer also?
Air pollution is a cause. It's mostly radon, which is radioactivity that is released in stones and in our houses, in the basement. Right. So that can be measured actually. Mm-hmm. So that has a couple of thousands of deaths per year are caused by radon that causes lung cancer. And secondhand smoking is a major issue too.
Does our diet affect lung cancer at all?
It hasn't really been shown. I mean, overall, a healthy life, and that's healthy diet belongs to that. Is good for you, but there hasn't been really a correlation with that.
Now, I was telling you before we went on, I said my father died of lung cancer, and that was about 30 years ago, and it came on what we thought was very quick. He was diagnosed in August, and he died in December. And I said, well, is that normal or abnormal? And you were telling me the screening wasn't available like it is now back then, right?
Yeah. So unfortunately, it is normal for most patients that we see that they get diagnosed at a late stage when we can't cure them anymore. However, we have a screening now, which is a CT scan. And now we see patients at an early stage that we can cure mostly with surgery. So the rate of patients that are getting cured from lung cancer is much higher now than it used to be 10, 20 years ago.
So what you're saying is lung cancer is very curable if it is diagnosed early enough. Are there any warning signs in the early stages of lung cancer?
So it's very tricky. The early stage usually doesn't cause any symptoms. You have to do some type of an imaging, an X-ray, or a CT scan, a CAT scan, to find it. So sometimes it causes some symptoms, but most of the time patients may have no symptoms at all. Maybe they have a little bit of weight loss or just feel a little bit fatigued. So if you have risk factors for lung cancer, which is primarily smoking, you should see your doctor and then see whether you qualify for a screening CT scan.
If you don't smoke, if you've never smoked, would you say that your chances of having lung cancer are very, very low?
Yeah, that's correct. They're very, very low. I mean, your odds are much, much better as if you smoked.
But are you recommending that everybody, whether they smoke or not smoke, be screened for lung cancer?
No, that hasn't shown to be of any benefit for somebody who doesn't smoke.
So if you're not a smoker,
if you're not a smoker, you're in very good shape.
You're in good shape. You really don't need to worry about lung cancer.
So there's a fair amount. Actually, in women, up to 20% of lung cancers are never smokers. If you're a woman, because there's some genetic factors too.
Oh, so genetics fall into it, but not for men.
Not for men too much, so there might be a component, but we haven't found it yet.
Okay.
So you can still get a lung cancer if you never smoked, but the overall risk is much, much lower.
All right. If people want more information, they can check out the website, the University Hospital, Ellis Fischel.
Right. They can check out the website of MU Health, Ellis Fischel. We have a phone number too that you can call. 573-882-4896.
Okay, thank you very much. And keep in mind that November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month, correct?
That's correct.
Doctor, thank you so much for coming by. It was a pleasure meeting you and
Paul.
chatting with you. We're out of time for today. Tomorrow, Talking Hollis Productions and Columbia Weavers and Spinners will be on. If there's something you'd like to hear or see, drop me an email. That's pepperp@missouri.edu. See you then. Bye-bye.